Funnings.
F-A-N-N-I-N-G-S.
Okay.
Yes.
So it is I mean small particles.
It is
Yes.
smaller.
See, what happens is that in the factory,
Grade.
there'll
Yes,
there'll
yes,
be
yes,
the
yes,
sieves.
yes.
So they will allow different particles.
Different particles.
So starting with the big one, then this one, then this one, this one. Eventually, you get the dust. So
this is
that is how it is
this
separated.
PF1.
PF1. This is
Still the same
Still
grade.
PF1.
PF1. Okay.
Then
This
the
is
coil dust.
they call it as PD.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
it's getting smaller.
Smaller. And this is also PD. And this is D1.
Dust one.
That's
That's
one.
one.
Yes,
Okay.
it's much finer.
In price wise, which is the lowest?
It depends on the market and the preference of the
We can talk
person
about
that buy.
current market. PD
PD is
has the
high.
highest prices. We're getting $5.
We are in
Followed by
normal
this one.
restaurants
Yes,
in
yeah.
Pakistan. They use D1.
Okay.
Yes.
So they want strong teas.
Strong teas.
Because when you compare this liquor for Bisovo, dust one, and say
This one.
let's use this dust one. You see, this one is much stronger.
Yes. So we use much more stronger tea.
In
I
fact,
understand.
what happens is
They
that
normally you find they blend
Yeah.
between this and that.
but
PF1 is normally the biggest in terms of proportion.
Okay.
and what you'll find is that
So-
some of these teas, especially the top end, you actually want to take this tea even without sugar, without milk, because they're very, very delicate. That's
Very
when you
delicate,
get
yes.
flavors. But for this one, milk and sugar will go in.
We people want strong tea, so that's why in restaurants they're using this D1.
Currently, the price for that will be for $3 compared to $5 for PD and $4 for the PF1s.
Okay. The
But
prices
it all
have
changes
gone
in the market.
Prices have gone. Last 2 months it was 2.85%.
Yeah, yeah. It actually depends on the different gardens. Yeah.
And in Kenya, how do you price it?
You know, when we go to the market, different you present the different teas from different gardens, both within the region. Then from there now, the buyer, what you do is you test as a broker. When you test, you do a valuation of that invoice. When you do the valuation, you give the same sample to the buyer. They also test and give it a valuation. So when we come to the selling, the broker has his own valuation, and the buyer, they will bid and meet at a certain point.
Oh, okay.
So you don't go with a particular price. You might go with a high price and you end up not selling, but you can also go with a low and end up selling very high.
So the buyer usually purchase different varieties,
Yes.
and according to their country choice, I mean, then blend it they're in your own country, or you blend it for them.
There are two ways. You can either go and blend it yourself, or there are people who blend in Mombasa. There are people who have blending machines in Mombasa.
Blending machine.
So they blend and then they pack for you and send to you.
You have blending machine here or not?
The only place I know with a blending machine is Rwanda Mountain, where they are blending for retailers.
Jotham.
Yes, Jordan.
Jotham have, okay. All Jotham have blending machine.
But a smaller. If you compare to the one of Mombasa,
Yes.
Mombasa they are big. They run tons and tons of
They
tea
are-
per minute.
They are giants.
Yeah, but what we advise that we want to get these marks to be known in Karachi, Pakistan. It would be nice to sell them as straight lines, and then also if we could partner with somebody to just pack Rwanda teas and introduce that taste to the market, I think they would have great potential.
It needs your visit. I will give you the visa and go and have the market survey.
I'll take you up on that.
Okay.
So another very important thing to note is that in tea manufacture, there are very important quality parameters to look for, and among them is especially that will result in the quality of the liquor. So immediately the leaf is plucked. You know, the leaf is usually very alive, so that's why we advised even during the transportation from the factory, from the farm to the factory, the transportation has to be done in ventilated bags, because when they are tightly packed in that bag, you find similar processes like those that happen during the fermentation will happen, and you end up with a situation, or rather an occurrence known as red leaf. You actually find the green leaf has actually turned to red because of the heat. So temperature is a very important aspect. That's why the green leaf, when plucked, has to be transported to the factory within the shortest time
Yes,
possible.
immediately.
Yes, and when it gets to the factory, it has to be opened up to dissipate that heat and to start the withering process. So that the flavor compounds, you have the tea catechins in the tea that are resultant for the flavor compounds in the tea. So coming to these other processes, another important process is the fermentation process, but I've said chemically it is an oxidation process. So there is usually an enzyme that is responsible for the catalyzation of that reaction. That's why temperature is very important during that process. And then in the dryer, basically what you're doing, because there is an optimum time where those flavor compounds are there, and then a further fermentation will alter everything and you lose out. So that's why that tea now, immediately it gets to the dryer, it is exposed to quite high temperatures, usually 135 to 140, but depending on the dryers that are used, but mostly 135 to 140, 145, depending on the various dryers. So the reason why we want to do that is to arrest that oxidation immediately, and then the drying also helps to reduce the moisture content and helps to have the tea keep better, because then the resultant moisture content is usually about 3%. So yeah, so what we have said for BP1, you also do for the other grades. Once you are done, you can do a ranking to help you maybe tell. You may find a tea is good, the leaf is good, but that does not necessarily mean whatever that will be in the cup will be good. So what you have in the cup, you have to taste in your palate, take some quantity and slap it into the mouth. So you notice that there is how it's done. That is to mix up with the oxygen and then take it to the deeper palate of your mouth so that you're able to get that substance. And then also the infusions will give you an indicator of especially how the fermentation was done. You notice that we need bright ferments. Out of these, you'll notice that, like for example, if you compare this and this, you can see this though it has some open leaf, but it's brighter than this. Probably that's why this leaf, and the more you tend to go for a blacker leaf, the more you lose out on the brightness of the infusions and the brightness of the liquor. And definitely that's why you find, though this leaf is not as black as this, but on the liquor you can see this liquor is bright. Yes. So that's how we do it. Any questions so far before we?
It's okay. It's okay. It's a brief introduction.
Yeah.
Thank you. You did a